let me love you.
Hey you guys, it's Midnight here, back for another video. Today we're going to do a review on the 2022 K-drama Alchemy of Souls Part 1. Set in a fictional country called Daeho that does not exist in history or on maps, it is about the love and growth of young mages as they overcome their twisted fates due to a forbidden magic spell known as the Alchemy of Souls, which allows souls to switch bodies. It follows the story of an elite assassin named Naksu, whose soul is accidentally trapped inside the weak body of Mu Deok, Jang Uk's servant from a powerful and noble mage family in the country. The young master of the Jang Family, Jang Uk, holds a dark secret about his scandalous birth. He wants the formidable assassin to help change his destiny. Going into the characters, you have Jang Uk. I enjoyed his character as he has so much complexities, from being someone who just wanted to have his gate open to being the most selfless person in the series. Also, for a male lead, I love how straightforward he is, and may I even say very blunt. However, he is stubborn at times and gives Mu Deok a very hard time. Next is Naksu / Mu Deok. I enjoy her character as she is a strong female lead and has a strong personality. I love how compared to Jang Uk, Yul, and Go-won, she can hold her own amongst the men in her circle with or without her powers. She is also smart considering that she was able to train Jang Uk without her powers. Next is Seo Yul. I liked his character. He was your typical geek of a character who knows everything and doesn't really interact with others outside of his friend group. It was nice that him and Natsu had a past together prior to her becoming Mu Deok. And last is Go-won. I loved his character. He is so funny. Him and Jang Uk made good friends since they had the same sense of humor. Go-won often said things that he didn't mean or that he meant out of love, while Jang Uk would say things that he flat out didn't mean, even though he is blunt and straightforward. I love how egotistical he is, but not in a bad way. He just loves his ego to be stroked since he is the crown prince after all. Going into the plot / storyline, I hate that it took me this long to watch this, but I managed to since one of my mutual friends on TikTok watched it, and I had my mother watch it at first, and she even recommended it herself. Now, the first thing I want to go into is the lore. I love the lore in the series. I think, though, this is the one thing that this show excelled in, and was balancing out the politics and the romance at the same time, because that's how shows get messy. Everything was perfectly explained, like the different techniques, what the soul injectors and the eye stones were, along with the world building as well. There's not that many shows that can balance out the politics and the romance without it getting boring or even messy to the point where they have to drop the politics and focus on the romance. Next is Mu Deok and Jang Uk's relationship. I loved everything about their relationship because they were two individuals that had the same personality and that at times they would clash with each other. However, the thing that kept them together was their goals that they had in place for each other. Mu Deok really wanted to see Jang Uk excel at being a mage, while Jang Uk wanted to keep Mu Deok safe since she is a soul shifter, also while helping her in her plan for revenging against her family. Next is Jimu. As much as I hated his character, he made a good villain considering that he successfully manipulated everyone, including Natsu, Miss Jin, Mr. Jin, Shaman Choi, the Real Queen, and many others for his own personal motives. He also was so close in getting away with his plan until season 2. Also, the way he would smirk was excellent acting on the actor's end, because you never know what his smirk means. Sometimes it's because he successfully got what he wanted, or because he is anxious as his plan didn't go as planned. He is just a character that you can't always read, but you know that he is cooking up something evil. And lastly is the Oppression Olympics. Despite this have nothing to do with the show itself, I saw many of people having this discourse on TikTok of whom was the actual victim in the show. Personally, I think that the actual victims were both Jang Uk's mother and Jin Buyeon. I'm not taking away from what Natsu and Jang Uk experienced. However, if it wasn't for both Jang Uk's mother and Miss Jin's older daughter, none of the events would have happened the way that it did. They were the main catalyst of the entire story, mainly Jin Buyeon, seeing as though she has divine powers and she was trying to hide the eye stones from both Jinmu and Mr. Jin. While I did feel bad for Miss Jin, yet that came towards the end of the show when it was revealed that she didn't know what her husband was doing. However, she never really redeemed herself until season 2. As for Natsu and Jang Uk, they were victims of their parents' decision, whether it was good or bad. In conclusion, this was an amazing show, and I'm definitely going to rewatch this along with season 2. This might be a hot take, but season 2 was my favorite, and do look forward to my review for season 2 as well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe, and please hit that bell notification for more uploads from me.